Alright guys, next up on our list, we're going to talk about the Universe 6 tournament. Now this saga, it was iffy to me. It was I guess an interesting concept to see fighters from other universes, but at the same time, some of the fighter designs were cool, like Hit, I like Kaba, and some were kind of like Winnie the Pooh, a giant metal monster and man thing, and then the fake Frieza. So it was some cool designs, some lackluster designs. I like Champa. He's a funny character. He makes Dragon Ball super bearable. And my gripes with this one, the stakes, they were high, but it never felt high. It felt very comedic. It was some cool fights, but some of the fights had some shitty animation. Like the Frost when he fights people, his choreography is just so repetitive, and I just didn't like it. And some of the animation is bad. There are some good moments. Vegeta, we can see Vegeta shine a little bit. We see the Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue mixture thing. That was pretty cool. One of the coolest attacks in Dragon Ball we've seen so far. And Hit was a pretty good antagonist slash rival, but it's a traditional Dragon Ball thing. Goku fights someone strong. They end up kind of respecting each other and want to be sort of friends, rival things. So yeah, it wasn't very it wasn't a lot of tension in the saga. It was just there to be there. It felt like it was just a placeholder just to give fans something to sell some toys. That's my opinion on the Universe 6 arc. And that's why it's kind of there on my list. Next up, we have the Battle of God saga. This is another Dragon Ball Super saga, and it's a adaptation of the Battle of Gods movie. This isn't the best saga, but it isn't the worst. It's basically a retelling of the movie. We get introduced to Whis and Beerus the Destroyer. Beerus is the god of destruction. He wants to fight the Super Saiyan God, and it's pretty much the same as the movie. There's some little things they did different. The fight is a little different in the anime versus the movie, but same result. I like both versions. I'm not gonna lie. I think the fight is one of the best fights in Dragon Ball. It's pretty epic. As far as story, I mean, it's not really much to explore. God wakes up, wants to fight someone strong. Z fighters got to use the Dragon Balls to, figure out how to make this strong fighter for him, or they're gonna die. And that's pretty much it. It's nothing really to it. Some good action, you know what I'm saying? Vegeta gets a little moment. He gets angry and goes at Beerus and lands some hits, but that's cut short because Beerus is so strong. Get to see the Z fighters get their ass kicked if you like that type of stuff. And the usual, Goku comes, kinda saves the day. That's it as far as the Battle of Gods arc. It's not bad. It's not really great. It's entertaining, but that's all it is. Next up, we have the Baby Saga. Now, me personally, this is the best saga in GT, but that's not saying much. Baby is one of the more well-developed villains in Dragon Ball. Period. He's a Tuffle, one of the original inhabitants of Planet Vegeta. He kind of wants revenge on the Saiyans. Doesn't matter that they're good or bad, he just wants revenge. And it kind of works, his motivation of doing what he does. But as much with GT, it's like great concept, but I don't know, I felt the execution was kind of wonky. The Goku going to the other world to get his tail pulled out to go Super Saiyan 4. I was like, really? This what the fuck we're doing? I like the Maju part with Boo and Oob. They fused back into one. Baby actually accomplished what he wanted to do. He took over planet Earth. He took over all the Saiyans except for Goku. And Baby Vegeta, his final form, looked pretty badass and cool. I can't even lie. And then it's the introduction of Super Saiyan 4, which from a character design standpoint, I think might be the best Super Saiyan. It looks pretty badass. It's like primal, with the long flowing locks, and then the Pink Panther red fur he has on with the khakis. it works. It's pretty good. And then it brings back adult Goku. I got tired of seeing Kid Goku. Some of the power scaling kind of didn't make sense. How Vegeta could beat up a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but who knows how that works. It had a touching moment. Probably my favorite moment in GT was Piccolo's death when he didn't want to leave the old planet Earth. That was pretty cool. That was a good death. So that's one thing I would say about that. Things I hated, of course, Pan. I always hate Pan. Just the execution. I feel like he could have done more with Baby and with the other Saiyans. I did like the little fights that he had with Gohan and Goten taking over their bodies and stuff like that. So it's not the greatest, it's GT, but I can say this is absolutely the best GT has ever given us. It's not a horrible arc. I'm not gonna say, a lot of people will say it is. I don't think it's horrible. It's nowhere near great, but it's kind of entertaining, I'll say that. Next up, we have my favorite arc in Dragon Ball Super to date. The Zamasu Goku Black arc. In this story arc, we see the return of future Trunks. We see a new character, Black Goku, which is evil Goku, but like Zamasu in Goku's body. Then we meet Zamasu, he's an interesting villain. We haven't seen a villain like him in Dragon Ball ever, and it's pretty cool to see Zamasu go back in time and then have another Zamasu take over Goku's body, Black Goku. These two alike, they're pretty good, especially as a tag team. They're a deadly duo. I say they're deadlier than the androids and Trunks now. Like, they fuck shit up. The fight between Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta, and then Black and Zamasu, it's one of my favorite fights. It was pretty tense. It's one of the few moments in Super where I felt some suspense. I was like, oh shit, shit is going down right now. It's a pretty fun fight. You had new transformations, Trunks and Super Saiyan Rage, Super Saiyan Rose, which is pretty cool, but it's basically like Zamasu's version of Super Saiyan Blue. We saw Vegeta make a return, which is pretty cool. Only thing bad about that one is like we only got Vegeta for like 10 minutes of an episode. I was highly disappointed like how quick that went by. We saw a villain fuse, Zamasu and Black Goku to make merge Zamasu. The white hair Super Saiyan, that was pretty cool. He was pretty badass. I like the fight between him and Vegeta. It just ended so quick. Trunks pulled out the Genki Dama Spirit Sword out of nowhere. I mean, it was an ass pull, but it was pretty cool. The one thing that I hate about this saga is how it ended. Like, we have all this tension build up, character build up, and none of our heroes beat the Zamasu. Goku pushes a button and brings the Omni King to the battlefield, and he erases the universe. So it's like, all this conflict we just seen was for nothing. I was like, this is absolutely the worst ending to a story I've ever seen. And I didn't want to watch Dragon Ball Super for a couple weeks after I seen this. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is horrible. Man, that's the main reason why this is so low. If it wasn't, it might have been a little higher. Another flaw in this story arc is the pacing. It's too fast. Like, I know we complain about sometimes Dragon Ball Z, it stalls out time and lags. This saga could have benefited from some of that stalling out and developing stuff. It's like everything hit you like in the face, like bam, bam, bam. Once like this saga starts, it's just every episode, boom, boom, boom. You might get one episode of rest, other than talking, some little character development, boom, they're right back into action. So yeah, it's too fast, and the ending was horrible. Other than that, I did enjoy this arc. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, it made me excited for Super because at the time when this arc came out, I really lost hope in Super. I was almost putting in the same boat as GT. I was like, man, this shit is horrible. But this kind of, made my anticipation for Super get better. It's just that ending killed me. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, that's it right there. The next saga that we have is the Red Ribbon Saga. The Red Ribbon Saga, it was pretty fun and adventurous. What wasn't so well. Yeah, it was. It was kind of serious. It had its moments. So we start off with, after the World Tournament, Goku's looking for his grandpa's Dragon Ball. While he's searching for the Dragon Ball, there's an evil army called the Red Ribbon Army. They want the Dragon Balls. They'll do whatever to get them, and then they hurt people. And Goku is like, nah, that shit's not flying around here. So he's trying to stop them from getting the Dragon Balls and protect people and stop them for what they're doing, hurting people. We meet the first real villain of Dragon Ball, the saga, General Tao. And he's pretty cool. He beat Goku's ass the first round, so that's a pretty good accomplishment. And he killed somebody. Like, we haven't really seen death until we've seen him kill somebody in the saga. And yeah, Tao's pretty badass. He like sticks his tongue in people and kills them. So it's a serious threat. And we also see where General Blue, with his weird little psychic power, he's a funny villain. I like him. I forgot the samurai guy's name. Well, he's funny as hell too. I love that fight between Goku and him. That was a pretty fun, interesting fight. I don't have nothing negative to say about this arc. It's a fun arc, full of adventure, and that's pretty much it. Oh, when Goku comes to the compound, that's one of my favorite Dragon Ball moments, period. Goku just comes straight up, takes on the whole army, goes to the headquarters, and he completely fucks that shit up. And also, in that arc, you get the Fortune Teller Baba arc, little story arc, and that has my absolute favorite moment in Dragon Ball. The Baba's tournament, Goku ends up fighting Grandpa Gohan, they reunite. Like, that's one of the few scenes in Dragon Ball where a man shed a thug tear. It's a pretty great moment, interesting tournament, and it's just a fun arc, man. I recommend anybody watch it. As from here on out, you're gonna hear me say good stuff about most of the stuff in Dragon Ball.